Welcome to Metaphysical Meanderings with Master Psychic Lana Duncan Hartgraves. Lana has been a practicing psychic for over 25 years and has the gifts of clairaudience, clairvoyance, and clairsentience. She is an empath, a medium, as well as a pet communicator and health advisor. If you want to know more about what she does, check her out at www.enchantedsky.com. Today, we're going to be talking about, well, actually, we interrupt this broadcast for important predictions.
Yes, with the train derailment, with all the stuff going on, with the balloons, and people are like, they're scared and they're talking to me a lot. And I was doing this whole section on angels. Remember, I was doing the angel thing. And I thought, you know what? I am going to go over some predictions. I got a couple more downloads over the week. Hi guys, how is everybody? So I'm gonna let you guys know.
You know what? Before we do that, if people take a look behind you, I almost forgot, but today's show brought to you through the financial support of our good friends at Moisturized Chaos. It's health, beauty, it's makeup, it's awesome. It's all natural. Check them out at moisturizedchaos.com. And our good friend, of course, Sue is out there this morning.
She's there.
And her pet food, right? Diamonds
it's pet treats.
Pet treats, yeah.
They're really super high quality. They're really, really good.
It is absolutely great. Diamondsnaturalstore.com. And Diamond is the dog. So you're not going to find jewels. You'll find gems for your pets, but not jewels. But diamondsnaturalstore.com. It's a natural store. And if you love your fur babies as much as you should, give them the good stuff.
Yes. Yeah. And take it. And it's such high quality. Like my dogs are like, we were laughing that my golden just goes crazy, and they're duck hearts. Now people are like, ew, they're not like what you think. They're just little treats. And my dogs, we were laughing, Sue and I were laughing. It's like dog crack. Like it's like think it's just, she just will go crazy for them. I can't wait till I get her into my training. I'm taking her to the AKC dog training, and she'll do anything for those treats. So anyway, so I am, so that you guys know, and here if you are on TikTok, this is my podcast. So you get to see me live, but you get to see me also on Apple Podcast, Spotify, what is it?
Yeah, Google,
Anchor.
We can go out to Twitter,
Radio Garden, Twitter
at studios_216.
Yes, and
you are now on Twitch.
I'm now on Twitch.
In the Twitch universe.
Yep.
Just look up 216 the net.
Yep, 216
and you go there, and of course all the regular stuff.
Yes.
Instagram, Facebook, blah, 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 blah.
I'm everywhere. So so letting you know. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go over a couple of my predictions that I had been talking about Thursday. Because there's so many people that are just have so much anxiety about a lot of things. And I have to because I'm going to give you, I got a few new predictions also. I have to catch up myself. This has been crazy. It's been very crazy because I'm a one-woman show. So it's me. And I've got a couple of people now I've hired. I've got a bookkeeper, Steph's bookkeeping. She has her own show here. I also have an IT person. I mean, I'm having to do this now as it grows. But anyway, I'm going to go over what we were doing. And don't ask me questions yet. You can at 10 o'clock. So if you wait for half an hour, I only do a half-hour show. I cut it down. Remember, I used to do an hour. I'm doing, actually last week it was like 50 minutes or something, or so it was over. But anyway, so I've been talking to you a little bit about certain things. Now, I'm going to review with you a couple of predictions that I made. Now, I'm going to tell you that people ask me, did you see this Ohio disaster? Now, if you don't know, I do predictions. I'm a prediction person. I do predictions for national, international. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think I did. I didn't want to say it, but I thought it was like a nuclear bomb or something, because I saw like a black plume of smoke. I'm thinking it might have been, because what did I say in my predictions in January 7th? I said there was going to be a corn shortage, and I thought it was going to be like a blight, like maybe a bug, but I'm not sure. I kind of think that that's what this is going to be, because there's going to be corn and grain shortages. So I was told by myself, as who has chickens, who has different things, that what we need to do is stack up. Now, I know that if you guys don't know and you guys do have chickens or you do raise, you should ferment it. I've always believed in that. What you do is you just add water and you leave it sit for 24 hours and then feed them. It's better for them. It's better for their stomachs too. And it'll save on grain, because grain, there's going to be issues with dog food, grain, everything. And I do want to say some hope. I want to give you guys some hope too. So that's why if you keep listening, all right. And so let's see. All right. So I keep talking about this guy and I don't know who it is. Somebody keeps saying that this person has not popped up. Now, I'm going to talk first about Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm going to talk about a progressive that's coming up that's going to, it's like a moderate progressive. People are like, how is that? Isn't that an oxymoron? Not at all, because that's what I am. I'm kind of down the middle, but I'm more progressive. Anyway,
I'm just the moron.
You're okay. Hey, I would consider you probably more conservative than I am.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I am.
Yeah. So yeah. And that's okay. I'm all right with that. So this Kyle Rittenhouse thing, if you guys haven't heard, I said that Kyle Rittenhouse would be found guilty. I said, oh, I'm wrong. So I marked it on my prediction page on my website, Lana's Enchanted Sky. And well, I did say we haven't heard the last of him on the podcast. And so I still say Kyle Rittenhouse is going to be found guilty because he's now being tried for wrongful death. I'm not going into anything, but I will give you a hint. My cousins live in Kenosha, and one of the people that was shot and killed, they knew. And so I don't know. I'm not even going to go there anymore. Mm-hmm. I won't go anymore. All right. So now up and coming, okay, is a progressive candidate who's going to fix most of this stuff. I want to say he's Gen Z. Now, he's young. He's like 35 or so. Now, people are like, oh, no, that's DeSantis. This is not DeSantis. This guy seems, okay, so this is what they show me. Now, he's from the back. He looks heavier set than DeSantis, maybe the same height, but he's a little heavier. Kind of a wavy, curly, dark hair. It's kind of a wave to it. Everybody's like, oh, no, it's DeSantis. This cannot be him, because when does everybody gonna understand? Okay, you guys, it's the age of Aquarius. These right-wing, ultra-conservative people, this is their last attempt to try to get power because they've lost it. And they will continue to lose it, because the age of Aquarius brings about creativity and love and, the age of women. So you see how it's gone backwards? It's not going to stay this way long. Trust me. But there is a guy, and don't know who he is. Why don't I know? Because they show me he's in a line in the Senate and the House. So they must be in the Senate shaking hands as he's newly elected. And I see him from the back, and I hear somebody say to me, it must be my guide, that's our next president. Now, it is a man. I've been saying there's a woman. There is a woman coming. So don't forget that I've been saying that. But I don't know who this is my point. I don't understand. I will say that to anybody. I used to think it was Gavin Newsom, but Gavin Newsom's too tall. They said he was 6'3", and when I looked at him closely, I'm like, that's not it. He's not the right build. This guy isn't really, like, he's a little heavier. Like, he's not like chubby or anything, just a little bulkier and about 5'10".
I still like Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah, I know. That's what you were talking about. But I don't know who it is. I think it's somebody we have not even considered yet.
Good morning, Chris.
Okay, so now back to the Ohio that spill. There is somebody coming in here. Listen to me. I'm going to say it because I've said it on Thursday night. I had a lot of people on Thursday night listening to me. That's going to solve this problem. But this is the wake-up call. You got to do something. And they are going to come up with an idea and a solution to clean this up. Not completely. There's still going to be a mess, but a lot of it's going to get better. And I want to say within 2 weeks, you're going to know who this is. Now, could it be from the EPA? Maybe. I'm not sure. I just know, and he's male and he's young. He's young too, 30s, but he's got something that's creative, a creative way to. Now, I was reading, somebody just sent this to me, that they have found that hemp hemp plants literally will take out PFAs, which are, like forever chemicals. They take out everything out of the soil. They do all kinds of things. Maybe that's what he's coming up with. I'm not sure. Somebody just sent me that on TikTok and said, hey, maybe this is what you're talking about. I don't know, but it's not hopeless. Okay. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. All right. It's just an interesting, I just get so many now, if you guys don't know. So I am, so that you guys know, I am a Sagittarius, Pisces, Capricorn. That's my sun, moon, rising. And right now Neptune's on my Pisces. And I was just talking to Kent that I am exhausted because I can't turn my ability off. Now, I'm very, very good at turning off my ability. And I can't right now because it's so intense for the next couple of weeks. And it's astrological. And so it is exhausting, but I am getting downloads like nobody's business. Look at pages and pages. And I do this at night now, right? See, look at that. I mean, I just write and write and write and write and write. So there's all kinds of new stuff since Thursday even. So, all right. All right. So this is what we're saying. I got that going to begin changes. And yeah, that this guy coming in, and by the way, I've said this many times. At least 5 times. He's got there's like a woman behind him with blonde hair, lighter. I don't know if it's completely blonde, but it's lighter colored. I want to say that's the vice president. Now, is this after Biden? It's definitely after Biden. I see Biden, then I don't, then I do, then I don't. And I don't understand if something's going to happen. He's going to nod out. He's going to have Kamala and Harris. Whoever this is, it is not DeSantis. I'm sorry. It's not. Okay. Let's say it again. Okay. Since I'm delusionally liberal, I had somebody say that to me. It's kind of funny. I'm just repeating what I see and what I know. I'm not trying to take either side. I'm telling you what I see.
Yeah.
And I also understand deeply the age of Aquarius, what has to happen, where people are taking more responsibility for their own spirituality and not having something dictated to them. Okay. So, all right. So this is what I'm getting. So as of now, what you need to be doing is growing your own food. We've talked how many years ago did I say that? Maybe 19?
Yeah.
Growing your own food.
Yeah.
Now, here's an interesting thing for the people that can't, and this is what I got. You need to be bartering and you need to find somebody who can grow your food for you. So you need to go to a farmer. Like me, I know I'm going to be growing my own food, and I got this. I'm growing my food also for my kids, which is what was that 15 people all together. Like I'm growing, and I'm just and we're gonna can it, old fashioned, do all of that. I'm getting ready to put it in where my goats had been, so it should grow really well. So now this is an interesting thing, and I don't understand why, but I repeat what I'm told. Remember that none of this comes from me. I'm channeling it. They're just telling me what to say, right? Grow your own lettuce and kale. I don't understand why, if there's going to be a shortage, I don't understand, but they're saying lettuce and kale. Okay. All right. I am personally stockpiling a year of grain. I think that there's something weird with corn. I still say it. I don't understand. Now, this was an interesting one, and this is one that they told me. Also, kind of keep an eye on bacon and pork. So I don't know. It's okay. Somebody's like, I prefer cabbage. That's okay. I hate kale. Do you hate kale? I
like kale.
You like kale? It's too intense for me, or something.
I like it.
But it'll all of this will, like what we're going through right now, will be done in about 3 years. Remember I told you, Kent, 2026 or so, 2025, 2026.
Yep.
And that makes sense because I got it again for 3 years. Okay. And it also says, don't be afraid to plant your own broccoli and tomatoes. I don't know. They're being very specific. So I don't know why, they told me to make sure I go out and seed my field for my horses this year. Now, you guys know I have 4 horses, and, they're telling me to make sure you seed that field. And so I'm out there in the mud, in the muck. I probably will go out in April and start throwing grass seed, trying to get it to grow a little so that the horses have more. I've only got like 2.5 to 3 acres, and I got 4 horses. So I need a little bit, sometimes have to hay a little, and they're telling me be careful. So, all right. And I still say there's a seed shortage. Right now there's tons of seeds in the stores, but just wait. I'm telling you, I foresee. Okay, you know how you get your little starter plants?
Yep.
Like the little burpees ones?
Yeah.
Where do you think they come from? California. What just happened? Flood. I really think we need to start our own. And I'm just like, and I'm used to doing that. So, okay. Now there's something also about onions. I don't understand, but I heard onions. So I don't know if there's a shortage or something's weird with them or I don't know. I just know onions. And I heard that too. So now there's this coming up this year. There might be another shortage in natural gas and electric. There's something to do with electric. I don't know if the prices are going up, but something to do with that. Okay. Okay. So remember, I tell you who it's from. Like it's coming from the big guy, right? This is what a word they said. These evil corporations are harming my creation. That is literally what I heard and wrote down. Okay. There is some type of supernatural intervention coming. That's an interesting one, right? And remember I told you about the woolly mammoth and I didn't know why. Remember I said I didn't understand. I knew it was going to be cloned, but it wasn't cloned, but it was going to be, and I was right on that. Why do I get these weird, these weird predictions? I don't know. I kind of wonder if it's that way you guys could say, hey, she is accurate. Maybe. Remember, it's not me. I give credit where it's due. It's not me. I'm just repeating. Now, like I said, I get a lot of downloads at night. I wake up in the middle of the night. I start writing. Literally, that's what I do. So, okay. All right. There is a disease going around. It's because I know my granddaughter had it. She had a seizure and she ended up with 105 temperature out of the clear blue. She was playing with me the day before and all of a sudden there's something you're going to hear about it. You're going to hear about this. And we don't know, it might be COVID related or something to do with COVID. We don't know, but there's something that the kids are getting that because she's like the third or fourth kid now. So we've been really, really worried about it. So, okay. Let's see. Got that. Pair up with local farmers. Got that. Something about pumpkins and gourds. It seems to me that pumpkins and gourds are going to become a much bigger staple in our diet. And I just want to say that. And I think what the point is what everybody's trying to get me to get you guys to understand is that we're going back to the natural ways, the way this country was, what was native, gourds, pumpkins. There was a lot of native stuff here, buffalo. I still say, and I made a prediction about buffalo. And if you look back on my predictions from January 7th, I said buffalo was going to become a much bigger meal, or more meat in general. And then what did I just hear last month? What are the Indians doing? They're getting some of their land given back to them. And what are they doing with it? They're putting buffalo. Because I'm a real big proponent about trying to be as natural as you can. And buffalo, by the way, we're always selenium poor. I don't know if you knew this, especially in the Great Lakes. And why? There's just the soil is low in selenium. But what is one of the highest places, the best places to get selenium? Buffalo. So that's why. Why? Because it's meant to be here. So I still say that we're going to see more and more of that. And have you ever had buffalo?
Yes.
It's good. It's very tasty.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good.
Not very gamey. Yeah.
It's good. It tastes like a nice lean piece of beef. Like if it was a cow. Yeah. I don't eat much beef. I can't have it anymore, but yeah. Anyway, let's see what else. Millet. Millet is important. Now, I don't know much about millet, but I heard that it was millet. Okay, millet.
I don't know what that is.
Millet, it's a plant that grows it grows wild around here. It has little bitty like tiny seeds in it. I have to show it to you, but it can look brown, but I know it's wild. I believe it's wild, but I believe it's tame too, and it's bred, but it's a form of a grain. It's a grain. Yeah. All right. Okay. The powers that be don't like the communication going on. They don't like the TikTok. Remember I told you they're going to ban TikTok? What's been coming up again recently? They are even considering taking our phones of some sort to keep us from communicating. Yeah. And the powers that be are crumbling. I do remember I made a long time ago. I said maybe 21, maybe even 20, that the billionaires better be careful because the middle class people are coming for them. And I'm not in a bad way, but I'm saying, economically and stuff. I'm going to tell you guys what. I say there's riots and protests in April and May. Riots, I'm not sure as much as I know protests. I've heard now, I don't know if this is true or not, they're trying to do a walk-off strike where people refuse to go to work in April. And if you remember, I'm not a militant person, but this is what I see. Now, the year that George Floyd was killed, I kept saying I saw riots, and I kept saying I don't understand. But it's what I see. I see more this time financial sit-down strikes where they sit down and refuse to do anything. And they're going to try to cripple the economy. And I'm hoping, maybe we'll get some progress, right? All right. American greed is its downfall. That's what I got on here that was written. So,
say that again.
American greed is its downfall. That's the downfall of this country. It's greed. We'll be asking Native. Okay. This was an interesting one because now I heard this. Now I said this last Thursday, but I heard this, that we will be asking the natives how to survive off the land naturally without the stuff we've desecrated. Okay. Now, I did see this. I don't like it. I don't like saying negative stuff, but I'm going to tell you, I see trees stripped of their leaves from acid rain. So I'm guessing that it's Ohio. I guess it could be even east of it, because as the acid rain goes. Did you see that thing? Did you see on TikTok that somebody had tried to burn snow and it wouldn't burn and it smelled like plastic? Supposedly, that's a myth. That was debunked. No, really, it really did look like that because they showed it and what it was it's residue from the flame itself. Because I tried it and I'm in Wisconsin and it melted. It just they debunked it because they said it's residue from the flame that they had lit up along, So anyway, let's see what else we get. I think it's not me. I'm a peaceable person. I think there's an assassination attempt on Biden and Harris or something. There's something somewhere where somebody's prominent. Now, last time,
just so that all of our good friends out on social media know, this is not that we're not planning that.
No.
We don't wish harm on anyone. No. This is our disclaimer saying that we love all people.
Yes.
This is just a vision and perhaps a prediction.
Yes. I predicted one on AOC several years ago, and that was true. And a lot of it, from what I understand, there's lots of them all the time anyway. Like then they thwart them. So I think it's them. There's something coming. Yeah. So, okay. All right. I want to say that, like I said, I see stripped trees. I don't like what I saw. Like the trees are dead and the leaves are gone and it's from like acid rain. And so, okay. There's an undercurrent of dissent going on, protests. I feel the fear and the anger. And even God's angry too. He's how can the earth be treated like this? I'm tired now too. And that's what I wrote. I mean, okay. There will be arrests during these protests. Okay. The elite are scared. And they know it. Power going. I'm trying to down supply of seedling plants, going down, changes in the weather patterns. Yep. There's some type of weather pattern change. Well, we knew that already. There's a weather pattern change. And I say it's necessarily us? I'm not sure. Now, remember, they've talked about the pole switching. They've also talked about that we switched the degree of the sun by 2%. Now, 2 degrees? No, 2 degrees. And it's enough. So But the Earth has changed its angle by 2 degrees. So that what's causing the change of the difference in the weather pattern. So
I don't know enough about science to either agree or disagree with that.
Well, one was caused by a
a
volcano. The other one was caused by a bomb in China, I guess. So
something about the tilted axis, because I kind of had mentioned the same thing, but somebody who knows more about science than I do says, now if that happens, then we would probably blow up or something. I'm like, I don't know. So I don't know.
All I know is that now they're saying, are the poles changing? That's maybe what's going on too. But there's weather pattern changes. You can't deny that. There's weather pattern changes, and nobody knows why.
I've got my conspiracy theories on that.
Yeah. Is being silent. Storming of the Capitol. There might be a storming of the Capitol, or people have massive protest in the Capitol. And the Million Man March, but the 10 million man march.
Solik says you had predicted a female would run for presidential office.
I did.
I heard on the news this week Nikki Haley announced her running. I don't know who Nikki Haley is.
I don't know either, but I think she's blonde.
Okay.
But there is Solik, there is going to be. But I think this next one, it's after that.
Yeah.
So
MS Dyer 77.
Yep.
It says it's not just North America, because here in the Caribbean, our nights are now freezing, and we are having weird weather patterns on the sea now. I see when I wake up in the morning.
Yep. There's just weather changes. There's some people are saying that the poles are shifting. Now, there's an old Hopi. I was watching this thing, and I looked it up, and it is true. They talked about there's like 9 steps, and to every so often the earth and the world and humanity changes themselves. Like, that's why they think that when they were talking about Atlantis, it's real, because every so many years it does this, and they think that that's what's going on. But according to Hopi prophecy, we're in the 9th. Out of the 9th prophecies, we're in the 9th prophecy, and it's talking about the weather patterns. It's talking about the self-destruction and the reforming. So just something to think about. Anyway, sit down strikes they've been pushed too far. Got that in America and the world, and we all know that there's strikes going on all around the world, right? Okay, I see after a lot of this, I do see the trees trying to rebloom and the plants trying to bounce back. Okay, now here's an interesting thing. Okay, breakdown of communicate commerce. Something about planes being grounded. I don't understand that. I just know that's what I saw. Okay, food shortages. Like I said, the bill is worthless. The dollar bill. I've been saying that for a long time. The dollar bill is worthless, and I think something this year is going to be big. It's going to be big. Okay. All right. Banks are going to fail, and they're calling this and I think you guys all know this is the Great Reset. It's the Great Reset. Okay. So just all right. There are animal sicknesses you're going to see, and we're talking domesticated animals for some reason. There's animal sicknesses too. And the U.S. is broke. I had to laugh when I said the U.S. is broke, and that's what's so funny, because it is broke. And remember, we've always been told that, but we kind of ignore it. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't think we should be ignoring it at this point. What do you do with your money? You know what? I don't know. This year, yes, I think this year. I've got X amount of dollars put away too. And so I haven't been told what to do yet with it. Do you know what I'm saying? I when I get something more, I fill you guys in. It's that simple. It's just, I don't know. I honestly, and I will say when I don't know something. Okay. All right. All right. And yeah, I get it. The U.S. defaults. Yep, I get it. I agree. Okay. What do we do with our money at this point? I don't understand yet. I told my husband maybe I should pull everything out. We should pay off our house, our farm. Do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, Millions have to die for the earth to recover, and you are correct, Busy. Her name's Busy Weirdo. I did remember I predicted that the population of the world would go down from 8 billion down to 5.5 billion. And I don't think it's so much death as I kept saying, I don't think people are having kids. And I did make that comment. And now it's true. It is true. They aren't.
Yeah,
And
I've got my nieces and nephews are all, you know, 20, mid-20s, early 30s, and they're like, don't want kids.
Yep.
You
I know my daughter wants kids, and then my one has the 2. So I've got 4, and then my oldest is 35, and I don't think she's gonna have kids now, and she's getting a little older. But
Lori says it seems many theories abound from varying groups, yet let's not disregard freedom of choice and the import it plays throughout evolution of humankind. Nothing is set in stone.
Yep. Yeah. Now this is an interesting I'm going to talk about, and then I'm going to take questions from you guys. Okay, is that why are people dying? I'm sorry, but you don't notice this. People are dying in droves, and people aren't repopulating. You know what? I'm convinced, and I have been told this from kind of like the other side, that they don't want to come back to this mess, because we're like in like a tribulation type thing, and people are choosing not to come back. They're staying on the other side, where they're not recycling, they're not reincarnating, they're not coming back. And so a lot of people are choosing to not out of this mess. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I have had so many people die around me. I can't even describe how many people I've lost. So I am convinced that they have other places to go. There's other dimensions. They're not choosing to come back. So just a thought. Okay.
All right. It's that time of the show where we ask a psychic, and we happen to have one right with us here. Lana Duncan is a master psychic. Here's the deal: we've got hundreds of thousands of people listening, and here's the deal: you need to be very specific. Ask her a question, but don't just be like, "Hey, do you see anything happening for me this week?"
Yes.
Listen,
and
we need to be specific.
Please be specific, because it wears me out, so that you guys understand. If if you guys have ever seen me live, because I go live, and sometimes I'll pull cards for you just for fun.
Yep.
And that's easy. It's when I'm having to. Okay, I have to slightly time jump. I'm literally if so, you guys, all psychics do is they have the ability to go forward in time. They are time jumping. And so and I'm just for a second, I'm jumping ahead in time and coming back, and it wears me out. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why I don't do that for a long time. And the other night I did it for about 65 minutes. I was exhausted. I went right to sleep. And my husband's like, why'd you do that so long? That's me though. So I have a friend, and she'll read for like 3 hours. I don't know how live. I'm like, how in the heck do you do that? You know, I can't. So all right. So go ahead.
So here's a good idea. Our good friend Ann Ivan, good morning, Ann, says, hi, Lana. Do you see a house inheritance issue will be resolved in our favor soon? We are negotiating with the relatives.
There's something significant in June. So you might even be moving in. Something's looks very promising around that time. I feel like it's going to go back and forth, and there's arguing about the price, right? It's something about that. But I think that you might be moving or something. Something's big in June for you. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
All right. MS Dyer 77 says, should I stay in my relationship that I am in now?
I as a responsible reader will not tell you what to do.
Yeah.
But what you need to do is right now do your list, positive cons and positives and pros and cons. But what are you being told? Listen to that gut. It knows the way.
Always.
Just remember that. I try not to tell you what to do. Because you guys understand why, right? Because I'm creating karma for myself, because I'm controlling you, and so I have a tie to you. I don't want to come back again.
Right.
I don't want to. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to be as responsible as I can. Plus, it's your chart.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go cross into your chart and do stuff.
And it goes back to that freedom of choice.
Exactly. Exactly. Right?
Melissa Dinks says, hi, Lana. Will my husband get his 100% VA?
Yes. That's an easy one. Yes, definitely. I don't know what it is. I can see a certain amount. I'm guessing it must be 100%. Plus, he's getting a little bit extra or back pay or something, right? It seems like that's right.
Nice.
Okay, because what it feels like. Okay.
Nice.
Let's see. I'm gonna take somebody off of TikTok. So, because they're rolling. And if you could please, anybody on TikTok, please send me flowers, roses, hearts, something. It helps me out. I appreciate it. And I will take your question ahead of everybody else's. Okay. So
There
just
you go.
know that. Aoka. Okay. Aoka. Okay. I see some people. Yeah. All right. Because you do remember that these roses are worth like, it's not much, but it's just a little to offset the fact that I'm doing all this. So, okay. April, will the nonprofit I start will come to fruition? It's not that nonprofit. It's something different, but it's still a nonprofit. You're going to take a slight jog in the road. Okay. It's not going to be that. It's going to be something different. Okay. Just letting you know. Gisela, will I get overtime pay? Yeah. You should. Not as much as you want though. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Teresa Campbell says the buyer to my parents' property are backing out of the contract. Are my parents going to work this out? Not sure if the buyer is being honest.
Okay. So the buyer to your parents' property, it's going to be a different buyer, I think. But I don't think you're going to have trouble. I don't think you have trouble reselling it. Something's that I agree with you. Something's not right there. I don't think it's them. But I do say that you will have it gone by May or so, maybe June too. I don't know. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Donna Drennan says, hey, Lana, will I get my promotion?
It's not as soon like now, or do you think in about 3 months? Because it's Donna, there is something coming in about 3 months. So what is that? March, April, May. I'm getting a lot of stuff in May and June. Now I will tell you, astrologically, something is going on with Mars. And Mars, I don't think anything's in retrograde right now. I don't remember. I just know at the end of February, it opens up like money. There's money coming to a lot of people in March and April. Oh, and I don't understand what. And I'm like, well, maybe it's taxes. No, it's something else. Now, I do know that I predicted in August, I kept saying money was coming to people. And then Biden announced that he was going to try to get rid of student loan debt. And so they're hearing that at the end of February. So I think the student loan debt might go. I don't know. Something's coming through. It's very good March and April, money-wise, for a lot of people. Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Alex B says, hey, Lana, has my crush Skeet fantasized about me recently? She loves Skeet.
She loves Skeet. She talks about him all the time. He's wondering what you're doing. How's that? He's wondering what you're doing. How's that? He's thinking about you. All right. It's okay. All right. Debbie, with what's going on, will your daughter's wedding happen next year? Yes. Debbie, yes. You know, that's what's so funny about this whole thing is even though we're going through all these changes, it's like our life still goes on.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, and even though there's upheaval and there's change, it's still, you're going to go to work. You're going to, you know what I mean? Yeah. The life isn't going to stop. It's just going to change. So to let you know, at least that's what they tell me. And that's what I see.
And thanks, Nancy. We love you. You are awesome. Paula says, will today be productive for me? Struggling each day.
Paula, I know. Set your goals. Write something down. I've been, you know what? I'm going to tell you, Paula, I don't know what your chart is, but I'm going to tell you something, a secret on that one. Because I'm having a hard time too with getting anything done. But it's like I said, I've got that Neptune sitting right on top of my Pisces, Pisces sun and moon, new moon. It's just, and Pisces are psychics. So if you've got a sun, moon, or rising Pisces, or even a north node, you're psychic. And I sat all week and I had so much to do in my business. I read a book. I sat down and read like 250 pages of a book. Because that Pisces have a tendency to do that kind of thing. They go within themselves and they'll pick up a book. Sometimes I'll draw and I like you to leave me alone.
Yep.
So don't feel bad. It might be the astrological. If anybody doesn't believe in this astrology stuff, they need to really take a look at it because it's so real.
Yeah.
It's so real. Okay.
Virgo Songs 2 says, why doesn't Dave ask me out?
He doesn't want to cross a line. He wants to stay like worker. Are you guys coworkers? I want to say like he wants to keep that just that little bit of distance because he just doesn't want to blow anything. Okay, that's what I'm picking up. Okay.
Nice. Keep on living says, do you see my finances getting better this coming week or soon?
I still say March. I still say it. I keep trust me. I don't know why. I was picking that up several months ago for me also, and I don't understand. So just kind of hold on, let Mars do its thing. I thought it was going direct, but now we were looking, and I'm don't hold me on this. I swear it was going. It was maybe it's going back into retrograde. I don't know. Something significant at the end of February. So okay, all right. And like I said, I'm a budding astrologer. I don't know a lot about transits. I know like a lot about how signs are and how people are and in that kind of thing. So, okay. Hold on. Christy wants a farm. Will you get one? But it's down the road and it's real small. It's only like 2 or 3 acres. Is that all you want? Right? I hope because that's what you'll get. Okay. All right.
All right. What do we have here? Mel B. Hi, Mel. Been a while. Says, any information I should look forward to moving forward?
You're buying something. I don't know because you need it. And I don't know if it's a car. There's something, either that you're having some work done to your car or something about your car. So be watching for it. And if you don't have a problem now, put a little money away because I think something's popping up.
Nice.
Okay. Somebody's been asking, should I stick it out next school year or retire? Should I retire? Wondering about the next school year, retire or stick it out? Hey, I retired. I get this. I feel like you need to stick it out maybe 2 or 3 more years. It increases your pension or something. It does something, Stacy. Okay. So just letting you know. Okay.
Our good friend Anna Vaughn says, good morning, Lana.
Hi, Anna.
Do you think I should give away as much as I can and start fresh with this move?
Yes. Yes, we've talked about that. And you got the right apartment too. And that was even better. Yeah. So just remember that you were blessed with that one. She got a great, she just told me all about it. I was like, awesome. Because you guys do know that once I've read for you, it's like I become part of your chart. So I know you. So yeah. Nice. I know it's kind of crazy, but that is what it is. So, okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you guys. And I have a couple people donating a couple things on my, that is my, YouTube, right?
Yep, YouTube out there. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And one of those is Fall in Love 51. Will I get the job that I last interviewed for?
I think so. You do have a job coming. I'm trying to figure out if it's that one or there's one before it that comes back out of the clear blue. There's something that comes back open again. It circles around. Okay. All right.
Sue, our good friend, of course, over at Diamond's Natural Store, right?
Yes.
Says, can you ask my dog Lucky if he had any pain and if yes, where? So I know how to treat naturally.
There's some, he's got on, I want to say it's the back right leg or back left leg, maybe, that he's got some arthritis or like it's in his foot or in his leg that it's kind of stiff. And something's bothering him. I want to say it's either the foot, the leg, the something. There's something back on there. And I want to say it's a back left. Okay. All right.
There you go. Laura Sim. My daughter passed away a few years ago. Birthday was yesterday. And my lights kept flickering. Was it her saying hi?
Of course it was. It's so funny, it's some people can't, like, I don't know why. Like I was sitting here talking to Kent and they come to me as soon as they're mentioned. And I don't, well, does he look like this? Yes. And blah, blah, and some people I can't always can control it, but for me, I'm very nice about it. And they usually, I would say 95% of the time show up. Every once in a while, I won't get somebody, but overall, and it's so funny because usually they'll recycle and then they won't be there. Do you know what I mean? They'll come back in another person, but people aren't recycling. People aren't coming back right now because it's a mess. So yeah. So anyway, all right.
Nicole Cat 90 says, should I book the trip to the Philippines?
Is it going to be over this year? Is it going to be over the summer? I need to know, because if it's over the summer, yeah. But if it's later than that, no. Does that make sense? I don't know. That's weird. I know. All right. Let me take one more question. I'm going to take one more off TikTok. And if I missed you, I'm very sorry. I don't do this on purpose. They scroll. And I've only got 170 people here on TikTok, but I got 1 million people live watchers on this other podcast over here. So, what should you do as a job? Adele. What I want you to do is, I'm not even going to tell you. What I want you to do is I want you to go on Cafe Astrology. I want you to look up your birth date, birth time, birth location. What you're going to do is you're going to find your North Node. Your North Node is an upside down U. That is why you're here. So for me, I'm a Taurus. Tauruses are money makers. And my North Node is Taurus, and it's how to make money. It's learning how to make money spiritually. Yeah. Literally.
So I know we're a little bit over. I'm going to give 2 more. Go ahead. One is Kristen F.
Okay.
And she says, will we still adopt Carmen this year?
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting. And then Ann Iva just says, going back to the house situation.
Yes.
As they argue about putting us on, in the title of that house, they wanted all of they wanted all of this to themselves. We're not moving there. We have our own. So
okay,
that's what they're kind of arguing about is who gets it, I would imagine.
Oh, okay. I didn't quite understand the question. Sometimes I don't kind of understand, and I think I see, and I have to understand. So I know that's one thing they always say. Well, you mediums, you shouldn't be fishing for information. No, the information I fish for, so I understand your question. Yeah. But how can I see? That's why when you call me for a reading, so book me for a reading, Landis and Enchanted Sky. The first thing I say to you, who is this person? I literally do that, and I connect that way. And I will pull names sometimes. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I pull middle names or where they're from or who they're related to. And I describe them in detail so that you know that I can't be making it up. And okay.
Betsy just says, according to some astronomers, the age of Aquarius isn't until the 26th century. Why do you think it's at this time?
Because it started on 2020. December 2020. And if you can't tell, there's a shift.
Yeah.
There's been a huge shift. And I don't agree with that one. I've heard a couple people say that they don't think it's for like another how many years, but I don't believe it. I just things are changed. And it's quickly changing. So okay. All right.
Listen, we would love to stay and chat all day and answer as many questions as we can. If we have not answered your question because of just time constraints on this little show that we do every week, you can go out to lanasenchantedSky.com and book a reading with her there. And she will be glad to give you undivided attention, which really can be a lot better for you because
I'm also mentoring.
Yes, and she's mentoring.
Yep.
So Tina just put out there to book a reading with Lana. Visit her website at www.lanasenchantedSky.com. Or 3 questions. Visit her at www.ko-fi.com, Enchanted Sky, and like and follow and share.
Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you.
Yeah. For all of us here in 216 The Net, we can't thank you enough for getting caught in the net with us here this morning. This has been Metaphysical Meanderings with a master psychic, Lana Duncan Hartgraves. And remember, until we meet again, be good, but more importantly, be good to one another.